Hello, everybody. Jake and Gino here, and today we are dispelling the top myths about financial freedom. And G-Daddy, you know there's a lot of them spinning around out there.
Mr. Stenziano, I know you're doing great today. This is one of our favorite topics, right? And just picture and imagine this, everybody. It is the spring of 2011, more precisely, April 2011.
Ooh.
And Jake is abandoning me. He's leaving
What?
New York. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? My whole mind is we need to start investing. So you're going to Knoxville. So let's start looking at multifamily in Knoxville. And we start looking. But for Jake and Gino, it takes us 18 long, painful months. Now, for Jake, it was a beautiful journey because his fiance, wife-to-be, moves down. He was a little lonely for a few months.
I didn't know what to do with myself.
He gets down there. And February of 2013, that day changed my life forever. 25 units. Hoorah. Wasn't world changing for a lot of people, but for Jake and Gino, it was our first deal.
We're in the game, baby.
It was the first taste of passive income. And that's one of the benefits to being financially free. You want to go for that passive income. But for us, it took us a little bit longer. Our next deal was 3 months later. And then after that, it was 6 months after that. So within a year, we had bought our first deal. We have 200 units. We're rocking and rolling. The passive income's coming in, and we see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's been an amazing journey. Within 5 years of us meeting and getting our business plan together, we both hit financial freedom.
Interesting. I was 33 years old at the time.
How old?
I was 33. I was literally financially free by 33. But Gino, tell me about, you're going through this process. How did you envision financial freedom to look like from when you were in New York grinding in the restaurant till you actually hit financial freedom in Florida?
Well, for me, working every day, working for a paycheck, I didn't have the right mindset. The financial freedom mindset really is you have to chase value and you have to chase opportunity. I was chasing money, Jake, when I was in the W-2. And everyone out there, you need to have a mind shift. You have to see the world as it is, not as you are. I saw the world as one big paycheck, and I needed to work for that paycheck weekly. So when you're going towards your financial freedom, you need to really change your paradigm, change your shift. How are you going to create value? And more importantly, when I first started out with Jake, I had 3 streams of revenue. I had my restaurant, I had a little note, and I had a fourplex in February of 2013. Today, I've got over 30 streams of revenue. So when you're going towards that financial freedom, you need to build up as many streams of revenue as possible.
I'm not going to let you off the hook on this one. I want to go granular. I want to hear from you.
You want to hear the pain?
You're in New York.
Mm-hmm.
You're not financially free yet, but you're making that transition. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't happen overnight, but how did you envision yourself? All right, I'm turning the corner. I'm about to be financially free. What did life look like for you as being financially free from the time you're in New York to you're saying, I'm going to Florida, I'm just about to become financially free? What did financial freedom look like for you at the time when you were in New York?
Well,
like, how did you imagine the future to be?
That's a great question. Yeah, I didn't understand it fully at first. I'm sorry. Sometimes a little slow here. I thought I was going to come down to Florida. I was going to downsize. I was going to go on the beach. I was going to hang out, do nothing, go fishing every day, go shooting guns every day.
The Jimmy Buffett life.
Yeah. And for me, I look back, that was the stupidest thing in the world because I want to produce. I want to create, right? It comes down to Tony Robbins. It's the 6 basic human needs, right? The 6 needs. I was doing 1 through 4, right? Certainty, uncertainty, significance, being unique. Those 4 I was hitting. What financial freedom did for me is I had growth and I had contribution. I created Jake and Gino because I wanted to contribute to others. And that's what it is. Once you become financially free, the light bulb goes off and goes, wow, I don't have to work for a paycheck anymore. I can work with purpose. Like Jake said,
yes,
I found out what my sole purpose was. And now all of a sudden we look back, over 16,000 units, the students have closed over $1 billion in assets that they've bought, over $1 billion in value that we've created over the last 4 years. I would not have been able to do that if I wasn't financially free. I'm not going to lie to you, because I was worrying about myself, worrying about my paycheck, worrying about paying my family. Once those bills were taken care of, all of a sudden the floodgates opened for me and I was able to start helping others. And ironically enough, I always mess up Zig Ziglar's quote, but it goes something like this. The more people that you can help, the more stuff that you're going to be able to get. And that's what's happened with Jake and Gino. We've been able to help so many students, but I've learned so much. And Jake and I have prospered so much over the last 4 to 5 years. We've learned, we've had these relationships. We've partnered with students. We've raised capital through Jake and Gino. It's been such a beautiful synergistic relationship that would not have happened if I was not financially free, Jake.
Okay, Gino. So you've coached hundreds of multifamily entrepreneurs, and so you've seen, firsthand what a lot of folks are going through and what they believe financial freedom to be. Let's dispel some of these myths so we can set a clear path for everyone listening for their financial growth and progress to shorten that learning curve. Hit me.
Number one, I'm too young. Well, big shout out, Ethan and Harris. 2 19-year-olds. They just invested in their education. They just joined the Jake and Gino community. Are they too young? No. You're only too young if you think you're too young. I had this myth, this disbelief also. Listen, I was 46 years old, March of 2016, when I became financially free. That was my D-Day. That was the day that I said, you know what? I'm leaving my restaurant, selling out, and quote unquote financially free. Now, was I at that burn rate that we like to call? Very close to it. But I knew once I burned the ships, left my business, I said, this is where it's going to really accelerate. So you're never too young. Like I said, Ethan Harris has countless other students who have joined the Jake and Gino community, knowing that when they start investing in their education and investing in their growth and their learning, they're going to be able to hit their financial freedom a lot quicker than I did.
Yeah, and this is not bragging, but I was 33. Literally, it was well beyond my burn rate at 33 in wealth building mode and just growing wealth at that point. So, again, it's all up here. I'm telling you, so much of real estate is between your ears. It's scary because it's not rocket science. It really isn't. It's putting in the reps. It's education times action equals results over and over and over again.
Number 2, I need to be debt-free to be financially free, especially now, the way they're printing money, Jake. Am I right or am I right?
Hey, use it as an asset, baby. No personal debt, lever that business debt. That's what we like to say.
You need to be financially intelligent. What Jake just said to me was earth-shattering. Use your personal debt. Really? You don't want personal debt. You want your business debt to lever your personal debt. And I'll give you a perfect example. Our third deal, $4 million deal. Where am I going to get money for this down payment? I looked at my home equity loan. Now, most financial pundits will say that's financial suicide. I borrowed from the personal side to fund the business side. I knew that asset we were buying was going to more than pay the debt on the home equity loan. And I knew within 18 months, I was going to refinance out that deal, pay off the personal loan, and have a business loan. That business loan is funding my lifestyle. So understand the difference between personal debt and business debt. We don't want any personal debt. We want everything on the business side. So those assets are paying for your lifestyle.
Yeah, we like to refer to it as personal financial engineering. Basically, how are you setting up your life? It's a lifestyle by design. It's values-based decision making, and it's making sure that what you're doing on your personal side is not, going to get hampered by decisions that you're making on the business side. So personally, I carry no debt on the personal side of things, but I do have non-recourse business debt, and occasionally I use community bank debt to buy our apartment buildings. But I know ultimately those are going to get refinanced out to long-term fixed rate non-recourse agency debt. So it's a very clear plan, and it's I think it's well thought out on Gino and my behalf. But that's where you can go and really start to lever up, because you can have hundreds of millions of dollars in non-recourse agency debt for apartments and continue to add to it. Try to do that with a recourse community bank debt, or buying a bunch of homes. You're going to run into problems with that.
Number 3, this was a tough one for me because we had stated it earlier. You're going to retire when you become financially free. Let me think about that one for a second.
It's a personal choice.
For all of you listening to this, you are all high-level performers. Do you think you're going to go from working 60 to 70 hours a week to going to work to 0 hours a week, being super productive, helping out people, enjoying what you're doing?
Kill you.
Well, that's what happened with me. I mean, I was home for a week. I'm like, I don't have an office. I'm going to the library. I need to get serious. And that's what ended up happening. Jake and Gino was accelerated April 2016, because I'm like, I need to have purpose. Because honestly, Jake is down in Knoxville. He's running the property management company. I don't really have that much work throughout the week. I'm getting owner draws every week. And that's how my lifestyle is. It's a great lifestyle.
People are like, "Oh, poor you, Gino."
But Jake, I'm playing this mental game with
I
myself
know.
saying, I'm bored here. And I have 6 kids, so I could do a lot. I don't have hobbies. You know what my hobbies were? I was a gardener. So you know how hard gardening is, like growing tomatoes and all that? That's not a hobby. That's another job. So my hobbies are with jobs. So for me, really figure out what it is you want to do once you become financially free. That may be donating. That may be working for a charity. That may be opening an orphanage. That's not quote unquote retiring, because those are all things that you need hours of dedication. And that's what's great about it. You have the flexibility to do with what you want, when you want, where you want, and with whomever you want. I'm on these calls every week with Jake. I love this. This is what I get passionate about.
Dude, I'm going to challenge you right now. Your gardening was not a hobby. That shit was therapy for 60 hours a week in the back of the kitchen. That was just to set your mind straight so you could at least, level set from, that type of grind. And the reason, because a big part of what I do every week, especially in these weeks where you're just ramming and jamming, I need to go out. And that's why, Gino picks on me, but I love to go out, split wood, cut trees, clear brush, just because it's that physical, getting out in nature, no beep, 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 electronic leash, all this crap. Dude, it's something I need to do sometimes. So I guarantee when you're grinding in the restaurant, that was literally a form of therapy for you.
Let me ask you a question.
Hit me, brother.
Now, what happens if you had retired and you said, you know what, I'm done. I hit my number. What would you have left on the table these last 4 or 5 years, whether it's growth, whether it's this hundreds of employees that you've impacted, the thousands of residents that we have in our communities, the thousands of people that we've written books for and changed their lives? What would have happened to all that if you said, you know what, I'm just going to retire?
So yeah, there would be a lot of people that would not have been positively impacted. And this is not an ego thing, but even if you want to start from the charity, I mean, thousands of kids have been fed.
Damn.
We've created great apartment homes for so many people, and gang, this is the truth. We've gone into these communities and we've upgraded them seriously to modern affordability. Okay, and these people's so many times we had folks come in and just thanking us for doing the basics, and we're not like, oh, we're so great. No, we want to offer a high level, high end customer service to the C and B class. So we've uplifted communities, we've uplifted people that may have not had meals on the thousands. While doing that, I've created an amazing life of abundance for my family and myself. Mm-hmm. And also, we've uplifted many people in our personal community, meaning all of our team members who have risen through the ranks and seen really good pay increases. And we've done a lot of good there too. So I think to Gino's point from when we started this, it's living a life of purpose that's going to be fulfilled, because I'm telling you right now, if I didn't have all this and I wasn't doing all of these different things, what would I'm going to split wood all week? Okay, all I'm doing is like cutting down a forest. Like, you're not impacting, you're not giving anything back. You're not living a fulfilled life or a life of purpose. So I just want to challenge people when they think, oh, I can't wait to get there. I'm going to sit on the beach and drink margaritas for the next 20 years. Try that out. See how long that works and how much you enjoy yourself. Because gang, it might be good for a couple weeks, but it gets old. Okay, I think it gets old real quick.
There's 2 things that Jake should have mentioned, and I'm really proud of for what we've done and what the initiative that we created. The first thing is our employees are investing with us. I mean, that's an amazing thing. They're actually growing with us and investing their dollars into our deals. So we're impacting them from there. We're changing their mindset. They're not just employees, they're owners right now. And the second thing is Rand Cares. Go to jakeandgino.com/Rand Cares. We've donated over 80,000 meals in the past 3 years. My initiative is to get that to a million meals by the year 2030. I know we're going to hit that within 3 to 4 years. MM4, Multifamily Mastery 4, October 23rd and 24th, Second Harvest Food Bank is going to be there. We're doing another food drive. We do 2 food drives a year. They're going to be there at MM4. So if you're looking to come to the real estate conference of the year, book your tickets. October 23rd, 24th, Second Harvest is going to be there. If we can get $5 from everybody there, it's going to be $10,000. I mean, over 600 people, investors at that. So make that. So those 2 initiatives would not have come out if we weren't financially free. And the fourth one, all my problems, especially with money, are solved once I'm financially free. Farthest thing from the truth, because money problems will always pop up. You get the shiny
Different.
object
It's just
syndrome.
different problems, man.
Yes, yes. All of a sudden, you never thought you could buy the Lambo, and now you're reaching for the Lambo. So you need to make more money for the Lambo. That's what happens to a lot of people. For me, I'm very comfortable. I was able to pay off all of my personal debt. I have no mortgages on my homes right now. I'm actually buying another home. I'm not putting debt on it. I can do that kind of stuff, right? But at the same time, I've got children. I've got to continue to save for them. I've got other money problems coming up, but they're more easily solvable. But I think for us, the mindset for me when I became financially free, I wasn't chasing that money anymore. I was able to chase the opportunity, and I was able to become more of a go-giver. And the more you're able to do that, the more you're able to impact lives, and the more you're able to earn that income. And when you become financially free, the thought process is you reinvest in your properties, you reinvest in your deals, you reinvest in yourself, and you're able to earn even more money. And like Jake likes to call it, that snowball effect. Once that snowball starts going downhill, it starts picking up speed, and it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
I'm just saying from experience, I think a lot of people are like, they're on their come up or they're in their path to, financial freedom and getting rich. And they think, but when I get there, it's going to be this. Gino's still Gino at age 30 as he is at age 50. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're still the same person. You still have the same relationships with your family. You're still the same human being. You just have more opportunities and you have different options than you had in the past.
Yep.
So I think you just need to get clear on that, because I think all of a sudden people think like, what is it? Wizard of Oz, you click the heels together and poof, it just changes. Mm-hmm. You're still you. Be a better version of yourself when you get there, and make sure you're contributing at a larger scale to society. I think that's the key takeaway.
I love that, Jake. I'm going to leave everyone with this. You are where you need to be right now to where you need to go. Just know that right now. You are exactly where you need to be right now to go to where you're going to be going. That's all I got, Jake. I think if anybody wants to learn more about Jake and Gino, just go to jakeandgino.com/apply. Apply to work with our team. First thing about financial freedom is you need to set goals. You need to set a clear path. You need to set that clarity. Once you have that clarity, it's just going to enable you become even more and more motivated. So go to jakeandgino.com/apply. Become part of the Jake and Gino family.
You the G Dad, baby. I love you.
Take care, Jake. Thanks, everyone.